I had to start up the stream because I'm sick of listening to Jonathan Vilma just completely on the Cowboys. I mean, come on. Come on, man. The Vikings, a minute 37 left. They have one timeout, down 3. They do need to get into field goal range, force overtime, or they can just score. They just do that. So big time gut check onions moment here for Kirk Cousins and the offense. Let's see what Gary Kubiak and company do. Also, with a minute 37, you can still run the ball. So this is not a throw situation, especially with one timeout left, and you only need to get into field goal range. So you need to get conceivably 25, about 40 yards or so. And see Dallas taking away everything deep. Not even guarding the sidelines right now. So we'll see. We'll see. Credit to the Vikings. Win, lose, or draw. Down 16-7 at the half. Playing extremely poorly. They got their stuff together. They rallied. But it's unfortunate. Dallas just getting it together on that final drive. Andy Dalton and company putting it in the end zone. What can you do? Chris Boyd dropped the potential game winner. Also, Kendricks had a shot at a pick on that drive as well. Oh, Jefferson, what the heck, man? Just going to have a turnover on downs. That'd be so anticlimactic. At least one Hail Mary shot. Like, if you're going to lose, Drew Pearson, Hail Murray. Except not a push-off. Well, it can be a push-off, just not called, just like the Drew Pearson push-off, not the Hail Mary. So, nerves. Nerves. I think that's the first ball I've ever seen Justin Jefferson drop, including LSU. All right, so 3rd and 6. Vikings backed up in their own 29. Minute 29 to go. Empty backfield. Cousins looks right. Chucks it. Tough spot for Thielen. No flag. Some couple questionable non-calls against Thielen tonight. So, 4th and 6. It's really embarrassing in a 2-minute drill if you just turn over on downs. Not great. Not ideal. No, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I like Candy Palomalo on the side. What? Cousins drops. Looking. Chucking up. And it's arm punt. And that's all she wrote. Oh, flag. Ooh. How's it gonna be when someone lost a shoe? What's it gonna be? Oh, never mind. They picked it up. So that's unfortunate. Really less than ideal. So Vikings going to fall to 4 and 6. It's really unfortunate. Vikings came charging back, took control in that second half, and then just gave it away at the end. So Dallas. Ooh, Alden Smith. I don't know. Yeah, he wasn't going to catch that anyway. Get out of here. So Vikings fall to 4 and 6, and it is certainly less than ideal. And also, if you look at the Vikings' playoff chances now, loss against Dallas. So their playoff chances heading into the game was 41%. It drops down to 18% now. So the Vikings still do have some. Wait. Yeah, it drops down to 18% now. Also, let's see here. What's going on with the Packers game? It doesn't matter. It's unfortunate. So Vikings put up a hell of a run. Swept the division last 3 games. Go from 1-5 to 4-5. But was it just too much? Was it just not enough as the Vikings fall here? 2-7 Cowboys coming in, and give respect to Dallas. They did play well, although a couple of those calls. A number of those calls were extremely dubious, and I know after things don't go your way, it's extremely easy to look at penalties. But the fact that the Vikings had double the penalties for almost 3 times the yards, okay, sure, and a couple of them were absolutely extremely dubious, and also like the Harrison Smith unnecessary roughness. All right, if you're gonna call that. Sure, but you could have called 3 of them on 37 for the Cowboys. Donovan Wilson, the helmet to helmet on the Cousins fumble, as well as Thielen coming over the middle, as well as the Dalvin Cook fumble as well. So I mean, a lot of bounces simply did not go the Vikings' way today, but. You do respect how they sacked up in the second half. I think Cousins played a good game, but they just couldn't get it done on that final drive, and that defense just unfortunately gave out at the end. So Vikings are 4-6. Playoff hopes are pretty thin as of right now. Let's see if Tankathon is updated. The Tank for Trevor Vikings fans are just so excited right now. All right, so draft order updated. Right now, the Vikings, let's see, they haven't updated. Say 4-6, damn it. You are what your record says you are. All right, so they'll get to it. Either way, so the Vikings at 4-6. See, they lost had to they beat Detroit, so they'll have the edge on them. Either way, they'll be somewhere from 12 to 15. So not really much has changed. They were 13 after last week there. Let's see if this is updated. It should be. Yeah, Vikings. And there was a ton of woulda, coulda, shoulda moments, especially that Justin Jefferson drop on that second down. It's rough, man. It's rough. But the Vikings will go back and look at the tape. It's like, hey, maybe if you didn't shoot yourself in the dick in the first half, maybe if you didn't allow that 6-point swing right before the half, when it should have been 13-10 at minimum. And then the whole Dalvin fumble, pretty questionable there. Came roaring back in the second half, but then just let the Cowboys hang around just enough. Tang Yang, $5 in Super Chat. Vikings win the game. Boyd has an interception. Also, defense can't stop a fourth down. The outs and slants killed the Vikings all season long. Yeah, that's true. And, man, Boyd dropping that one. Jeff Gladney giving up that. There was just like a half dozen plays that if they go the Vikings' way, it's a different outcome. Now, should it have come to that? Probably not. I mean, with the 2-7 team coming into your building, it sucks. It's really unfortunate, especially how banged up they were on the offensive line, especially how porous and terrible their secondary is. But they played their ass off. They did. They took it to the Vikings. And it's not necessarily that the Cowboys beat the Vikings. It's much more that the Vikings beat the Cowboys. And that's straight up. Cowboys are not a good football team. Vikings lost to a not good football team. Just is what it is. Now we're watching the end of Packers-Colts. So Packers have to march the length of the field, try to get 3. Colts defense, one of the best in the league, by the way. Woo! Found that out. Alan Lazard still looks dinged up. All right, so let's take a look here. Tankathon update. Who cares? Vikings will be drafting somewhere in there. So, man, it's rough. It's rough. Also, some big-time performances as well. Dalvin did a phenomenal job. Put up a $115 and a touchdown on the ground. Thielen had one of his best games of the season. Jefferson should have been 4 catches. That one just burns, right? And, Frankly, Kirk Cousins, that was one of the... Wow. Stupid Packers. Wow. Cousins, frankly, that was one of his finest performances of his career, especially in that second half where everyone was counting them out. Down 16-7, could easily roll over and die and quit. The Vikings teams have done that before. Now Cousins led some stone cold scoring drives there in the second half, but they just found out a way. They just found a way to give it away, and it really sucks because the Vikings' margin of error was that. And now it's extremely nil. So Vikings still make the playoffs like one time in 6, roughly. Mini Toast Buns, $10 in Super Chat. Shout out to new Platinum Playoff, formerly still chance. Cleveland is difference too. We need him. We can still do this. Do Colts D. Yep. Damn straight. Keep hope alive. Man, the Vikings could have used Ezra Cleveland. Even though Brett Jones looked deep all over the place. You had the Brian O'Neill false start. You had the Bradbury holding. You had the Dozier chop block call. Dallas was getting pressure. They run a lot of stunts. They were throwing the kitchen sink at Kirk Cousins. It got to him in the first half. Second half was quite a bit better, but yeah, it's just one of those shake your damn head. And also, what's so frustrating is that you look at the Viking schedule, like going into the game, you could consider things, and it cuts both ways, right? So the Bucks and the Saints, you never know which team is exactly going to show up. But with the Vikings, it's the same thing, where the Vikings put themselves in just enough of a hole in the first half that even when they played extremely well in the second half, they just couldn't. But keeping Skull alive. So Vikings do have the Panthers coming in as well as the Jaguars. Potentially the Vikings could be 6-6. When is all and said and done, but the Vikings' degree of difficulty got exceedingly harder. Like the playoff chances got cut in half and then some. These mofos think they're going to score a touchdown, don't they? Oh my God! Oh wait, so this is how a 2-minute drill is supposed to run? That's crazy. Like you're not supposed to turn over on downs in your own territory. Not great. Yeah. So, yeah, even though it sucks, even though it's really easy to be crying in the breast milk, even though it's really easy for together, winning a couple of games will go a long way rather than just a high draft pick. I mean, the Vikings brought out the Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes to begin with. Zach Wilson would have been nice. Trey Lance could have been nice, but the higher you draft doesn't guarantee you a better player. And sure, maybe the Vikings will miss out on the top 4 quarterbacks, but also that could be a blessing in disguise. Like besides Lawrence, are you willing to wager that any of the other guys are surefire franchise caliber quarterback? Ready to do that? Probably not. Just wings out of the back of the end zone. Screw you. Oh, it's 4th down now. That's what happens when you spike it. Oh, I suppose they couldn't spike it after the Tanyan catch because that was 3rd down anyway. So, it's whatevs. But Vikings could get it into Week 14 at 6-6. Then you're at Tampa Bay. You never really know which team is going to show up there. Then you got the Bears at home, and then you got the Saints on Christmas Day. Blah 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 blah. But yeah, hey, either way, it's really unfortunate here. But you do have to be proud of this team. It's really unfortunate. It really sucks how they gave this game away when they easily could have had it. They should have won it. But look at what this team has come from 1-5. 3-1 in the last 4 games, including 3 division wins in a row. You see these young guys on this team playing with confidence and swagger. Yeah, you'll take that. It's way better. Yeah, and don't go crying in the breast milk. It's like, oh, well, why'd you win a couple games? It's going to hurt our draft pick. Please. Yeah. Again, just because you draft at the top of the draft doesn't mean you're suddenly going to be have your team made over. Like, look at the Jets. Huh? So, yeah, it's unfortunate. Wish we could have a better post-game show. But subscribe if you haven't already. We got analysis coming out the Yang Yang. Stay tuned for winners and losers as well. You guys are the best.